Jennifer Lopez has been a huge name in the game for decades, with her outrageous abilities and talents, including but not limited to dancing, acting, and singing. It's no shock why she's managed to become a household name. However, her massive stardom has caused her to make some poor choices and partake in some bad behavior. Some people have begun to second guess their loyalty to her as a fan, but I'll be honest, On the Floor will probably be on my Spotify Wrapped. Today, we're going to be counting down the top 10 times Jennifer Lopez should have been cancelled. At number 10 is her use of misleading filters. J.Lo decided to celebrate her 54th birthday with fans as she shared a claimed filter-free video to Instagram showcasing her multi-step skincare regime, with products from her eponymous line including her serum and sunscreen-infused moisturizer to help her achieve her signature glow. During the video, she mentioned how she felt better than ever, going on to claim that the video featured her bare face with no makeup. She went on to reiterate that she wasn't altering her face with filters or retouching of any kind, which came across less as empowering and more as a brag, as her skin was inconceivably flawless. The amount of time she pointed out this factor had people speculating on the validity of the claim, unsurprisingly, leading to a pretty divided comment section. Instagram users began discussing how she was definitely using a filter or at least some sort of specialty lighting, going on to mention how she looks much different in other pictures. Others pushed her to just show herself naturally, given that at 54 she still looks wonderful and that her skin wouldn't have the ability of looking like that without any help. There were others that defended J.Lo, no doubt, but the consensus in the comments really was that it was wrong of her to be misleading in this way, as it would only go on to make viewers feel self-conscious not having something that is unobtainable. At number 9 is her scam of a beauty line. Back in the year of our Lord 2021, J.Lo launched a beauty brand claiming it was 20 years in the making. Prices ranged from $40 to $80, which wouldn't be too bad if that's what it really meant. Although the line received some good reviews, a number of people complained about the poor customer service, being charged for more than what they ordered. On the Better Business Bureau website, there are reports of over 57 customer complaints in just the last 12 months, many of which went on to mention that they had been signed up for a subscription service they had no prior knowledge of at the point of purchase. One person even went ahead and canceled the subscription they were forced into without complaint, but found that 4 months later they had been signed up for the service without their knowledge again, out of the blue, and charged $230 for a product they didn't order nor even receive, continuing by accusing J.Lo of being a scam artist. This is by far not the only reviewer that experienced something similar, each one of them also mentioning that when they called customer service, they were hung up on. At number 8 is her past of controlling Ben Affleck. After they tied the knot in 2022, it seems that Jen and Ben have had some trouble in paradise. Inside sources close to the couple revealed that Ben believes his life had become more difficult after getting married due to her controlling behavior and reportedly needs more space from her if their relationship is going to work. Since their viral appearance at the 2023 Grammys when Lopez seemingly snapped at Affleck over his bored facial expressions, which I mean, come on, it's a work party for him, the troubles in the relationship have become an extremely public affair. He was apparently really embarrassed to have the moment caught on video, as anyone would be. Sources went on to say that the couple attempts to play down the tension between them, however they don't hide it very well, and their differences in personalities do not bode well for their rocky relationship. Affleck has publicly stated that he wants the relationship to work, and that divorce is absolutely not on the table. At number 7 is when she denied to have had BOTOX. On another Instagram live, right after J.Lo dropped her aforementioned skincare line, she began giving some high praise to a face mask, saying that after using it she couldn't see a single line on her face, claiming that she feels like she's taken 10 years off. This isn't how face masks work. Niacinamides and peptides can only do so much, and a sheet mask you leave on for 15 minutes will just make your face gooey. Anyway, she faced backlash for this in a big way, with people in the comments suggesting that J.Lo's taut skin might be due to something more than the tri-fermented complex. People went on to mention that she must think her fans are stupid for trying to claim she doesn't have Botox because her face is literally frozen in place and her forehead is behind her ears. To these comments though, J.Lo responded saying, "Try spending your time being more positive, kind, and uplifting to others. Don't spend your time trying to bring others down. That will keep you youthful and beautiful too." So, not admitting to it is fine, but I guess that means everyone with age-appropriate marks on their body just wasn't nice enough. Alright. At number 6, she's apparently rude to her drivers. So I guess when she said uplifting others, she didn't mean service workers. Got it. In 2022, it surfaced that J.Lo's drivers allegedly have to follow a pretty strict set of rules in order to keep their job. A TikToker named Kayla claimed that her father once worked for a company that Lopez often hired to provide drivers. Her father would refuse to drive J.Lo after hearing stories about her poor temperament and absurd rules, such as not allowing drivers to look at her or talk to her, and that even if the driver looks through the rearview mirror, that this would be grounds to be violently scolded by the singer. She also has a policy where her luggage is not allowed to touch the ground. Then what are the wheels for on a suitcase? At her halfway point, she is a horrible tipper. J.Lo has no problem spending frivolously on herself with a $1 million wedding that she was also accommodated with a costly penthouse stay. However, a again the TikTokers have come for J-Lo, accusing her and her husband Ben Affleck of being notorious for not tipping their waitstaff. There are two specific stories that are really incriminating though. In one now deleted TikTok, a woman who alleges that Ben Affleck has one of the worst reputations in the casino industry because he's cheap and consistently rude to other players. The woman went on to claim that Lopez is known for being stingy. Lopez even tells Ben not to tip. Another woman on TikTok named Penny added to the allegations of her being anti-tipping. She claimed that a woman she previously employed at a tavern she managed in Las Vegas once shared a story with her about an experience she had while working at a casino. She claimed she spent one night serving Affleck as he was at a poker table, not serving anybody else. Affleck gave her a generous tip of $10,000. However, once J-Lo caught wind of the tip, she allegedly snatched back the money. Apparently, Affleck was so humiliated by this, he sent a bouquet and a $25,000 tip to her the next day. And at number 4, we have that time where she refused to speak to a flight attendant. Allegations surfaced that while Lopez was on a flight, she apparently decided to completely ignore a flight attendant that was speaking directly to her. Now I know jet lag may get the best of you, and I'm no stranger to zoning out, but this situation was not the case. The United Airlines worker told Star magazine that Lopez simply doesn't speak directly to people outside her inner circle. After asking the singer if they could get her anything to drink, she refused to acknowledge them, instead turning to her assistant, telling the assistant to order her a Diet Coke. This apparently took them completely by surprise, quoting that she always seemed so sweet in movies and that it was jarring to see her true personality on display. At number 3, Jennifer Lopez allegedly makes her nannies work 16 hours a day. While her and Mark Anthony's twins are now well into their teenage years and no longer need nannies, when they did, the job was apparently grueling. Since both Mark and Jen would obviously be extremely busy with their crazy celebrity jobs, they needed a full-time nanny to raise, or I mean watch and take care of, the twins. According to Today magazine, J-Lo required her nannies to work upwards of 16 hours every day of the week. The worst part was that the now ex-couple only hired one nanny, which is peculiar because usually these situations with people who have loads of money would hire multiple streams of professional and social help, such as, at the very least, hiring a nanny for each child, especially for newborns. As well, it was as if Jennifer expected one nanny not only to take care of both twins, but to work 16-hour days, 7 days a week. Unsurprisingly, the first nanny she hired left after just a week of working for her, and the second nanny they hired was apparently wonderful with the twins, but couldn't take working illegal hours without a break, so also quit after a week. Our runner-up is that Lopez allegedly doesn't acknowledge her backup singers. Again, the TikTokers will not let J-Lo have a minute. A user on the app, Julia Wang, shared her story of meeting one of J-Lo's backup singers. Wang alleges that the woman was a part of a Vegas concert that J-Lo was performing at, and the backup singer said that if you were quote, pretty or Latina, it was game over and she hated you. Wang further claimed that J-Lo refused to talk or even look at any of them during the many hours of rehearsal time, except for an occasional eye roll or scoff. Overall, Jen acted like a bully with her employees, as though she was above all of them. Even though she's the star of the act, they've still been hired for the same act as her. How can your ego be that big? Apparently though, J-Lo's demeanor does a 180 when a man walks into the room, with many speculating that she only treats the women poorly because she views them as competition. At number 1 is her various feuds. J-Lo has had her fair share of scuffs with other ladies in the industry, most infamously in the early 2000s with Mariah Carey. When Mariah accused J-Lo of stealing her music, and then in another interview stating that she didn't know who J-Lo was. And the ladies are still not fond of each other, even now. In 2017, the Mariah drama proved to not be over after singer Brandy posted a picture of her and Mariah Carey on Instagram. As innocent as it seems, it was what the caption said that got caught in the rumor mill. Brandy captioned the photo #SheKnows Me, and it didn't take long for fans to assume that this was an obvious jab at J-Lo, being clear payback from Carey's iconic interview about J-Lo, and it seemed like Brandy was taking sides. Needless to say, she didn't side with J-Lo, and rumors of a feud have been speculated ever since. Jen also got into a scuffle with Nicki Minaj in 2012 when Nicki showed up on the American Idol stage while J-Lo was a judge on the show, and after performing, Nicki jokingly announced that she would like to join the judges table and told J-Lo to quote, scoot over. A few years later, J-Lo performed at the American Music Awards, and she included Nicki's hit song Anaconda in the mashup, and the camera immediately panned to Nicki, and her face soon became a joke online for how obviously unimpressed she looked. And that is our top 10 times Jennifer Lopez should have been cancelled. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.